Hello everybody, it's Bill's That College Football Guy here with another preview and prediction video. Yeah, we're in Beavis and Butthead, or as somebody in the X told me, the wannabe version of the Monty Show. No, more like the other way around. You guys have given digs to me on air. Least I could do is return the favor, right, Monty? But I thought you'll publicly acknowledge it, right? Anyway, in the preview and prediction videos here, we're talking about NIU, Northern Illinois University of the MAC. Their final season in the MAC before they head to the Mountain West. Now, a lot of turnover on the NIU roster, particularly on the offensive side. But the problem is that with the MAC, except for a few schools, there was a lot of turnover everywhere. NIU is just another one on the list. NIU last season, they went 8-5, and they beat Fresno State in the famous Idaho Potato Bowl. Head coach Thomas Hammock, he's there. This will be his 7th season as head coach at NIU, which is a pretty long time. Although in the previous 6 years combined, he's 32-38. Not exactly an awe-inspiring thing, but the thing is, they went 8-5 last year, and things went so well, they lost both coordinators. Like, what? Yeah, they did. The new offensive coordinator, is Quinn Sanders. He'll be the offensive coordinator and the quarterback's coach. He previously was the head coach at Charleston, West Virginia, the Division II school. And the previous offensive coordinator was Wesley Beachoman? I kind of wrote it fast. My apologies. Anyway, Wes. Under his leadership, NIU was 72nd in offense, in total offense in FBS. He is now the new head coach at Division III Wisconsin Eau Claire. Defensively, this is where actually the coordinator losing hurts, and it has a touch of irony. Rob Harley's the new defensive coordinator. Also will be the safeties coach. He was previously the defensive coordinator at Arkansas State for the past 3 years. Last season's defensive coordinator, was Nick Benedetto. Last season, NIU was 4th in FBS in total defense. That's one hell of an accomplishment there. You know where he left? He went to the team they beat in the famous Idaho Potato Bowl. That's right. Nick Benedetto is the new DC and safeties coach, I believe, at Fresno State. You won the bowl game, lost your defensive coordinator. So 4th under Benedetto's leadership, under different personnel, obviously, at Arkansas State than what Harley's going to have at NIU. But Arkansas State last season FBS was 128th. Not exactly awe-inspiring numbers there. So we're going to see what happens. Well, let's get into the offense here. Well, first off, there's only one starting job carryover from last season where the starter's back, and they really substantially. That's the starting tight end. Quarterback, starting QB's gone. We have 2 guys battling for the job. Jalen Macon, redshirt junior. He went 4 for 7 for 50 yards. The one who's odds on probably going to get the job, Josh Holst, the redshirt sophomore. He was 68 for 111, 593 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. In limited action, obviously. One of those 2, unless you're going to get a couple true freshmen to come in here and battle for the job, one of those 2 is going to be the starting QB. Running back, it's a 2-man race. I mean, we got guys who are bench players in the running back rooms. Romello Ware, the redshirt Romello Ware, and Amir Smith, both redshirt freshmen, so we can make some playing time on there. First, second string is between Jalen Poe, 36 carries, 190 yards, 3 touchdowns. That's almost over 5 yards a carry, which are good numbers. When you got, I think, might be the better guy possibly could get there is Telly Johnson Jr., the sophomore, 103 carries, 480 yards, and 4 touchdowns. He's only 4 yards a carry, but more consistent. Between Johnson Jr. and Poe, one of those 2 will be the starting running back at NIU. Now let's get into the wide receiver room. Only 1 wide receiver. Now, I like wide receivers to have at least 15 catches, 15 receptions over the previous season. You're not going to get much, but 15 at least you contributed somewhat consistently. That way you could be okay. You could come in and do the slot, or you could be on the 4 or the 5 wide set. Okay, you've got that paper out the way. We can see it here. Okay, we get it. One receiver had more than 15 or more receptions in FBS last year. One. That's Dane Partridge, the redshirt junior, 20 receptions, 238 yards, and 3 touchdowns. George Demopoulos, the sophomore, LaDon Bryant, redshirt freshman, neither one had more than 5. Everybody else, Ricky Taylor Jr., the redshirt freshman, could be somebody contributing to him. He's a young stud player, didn't really give him playing time. And you got 4 transfers. Gary Givens, the sophomore from Valparaiso, came in. You've got Diari Rogers, the junior transfer from Lenoir Rhine. You've got Akeem Lemieux, the junior from Dodge City Community College. You also got, Kenji Lewis, the junior. He didn't play last year. He took basically, I think it was his redshirt year, or took a year off, whatever it was. In 2023, last season. 2023, he was at Arkansas Pine Bluff. So you've got a lot of unproven talent here. Now, Partridge, his numbers, his play, he's going to be one of the 3. I don't see any way, unless these other people completely blow the doors off everybody. He's going to be one of the 3 starting wide receivers. Okay, that's it. Process of elimination. All right, tight end wise, this is the one where there is no job. Starting job. Grayson Barnes, the redshirt senior, back as starting tight end. He was second on the team last year with 31 receptions, 338 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Probably Jake Applegate, the redshirt junior. He probably will be the backup in the second tight end set, unless Jason Fowler, the redshirt freshman, can push him for time. But I don't see anybody taking Barnes out as a starting tight end. Offensive line, I went through the entire roster. There's a lot of freshmen and a lot of sophomores, and there's only out of the entire O-line room 3 upperclassmen. You got Evan Mulcair and Abiathar Curry. They're both redshirt juniors. And you've got Aiden Tweedy, the redshirt senior transfer from Wayne State. Offensive line is going to be a bit of an issue here. Now, I said about this, you don't look familiar. Remember one thing about the MAC, though. If you look at the other teams, everybody lost everybody. There's a lot of loss here. Now, defensively, however, there's some, unlike this, you saw the offensive number. There's sparsity when it comes to defense, not as much. There's more guys who've contributed here. On the defense, go to the defensive line. I've looked at kind of the schemes that that Rob Harley ran at Arkansas State. Looks like primarily 4-2-5. I could be wrong, but it looked primarily like a 4-2-5 system he runs. There's a reason why there's not that many linebackers. Defensive line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I found 10 guys who got a legit shot at possibly being in the rotation. Let me get to the guys who were the bench primarily. Reggie Jean, the redshirt senior, didn't have any playing. Just saying Thomas, redshirt sophomore, no stats. Mark Hensley, redshirt sophomore, no stats. You got 3 transfers. Deshaun Dixon, the senior transfer from Albany, he did good there. Devontae Murray, the redshirt senior from UT Martin, and Akeem Gully Jr., the redshirt senior from Yale. All 3 at FCS, that level, they were balling, so they got a chance to come into this room and do something. You also have guys who actually played. You had Ivan Davis, the redshirt, I think it was redshirt senior, redshirt junior. 11 tackles, 2 pass deflections. You've got Pierce Opong, the redshirt senior, 19 and a half or 19 tackles, 1 sack, a forced fumble, and a pass deflection. So you've got some numbers again there. Do that one. You've got Jalone Williams, the redshirt senior, 28 tackles and a sack, and Roy Williams, the senior, 38 tackles, 6.5 sacks, a forced fumble, and a pass deflection. So front 4. That looks like it's considering what we're going on here, looks like a solid unit compared to everything else. Linebacker room running a 2, you don't need that many. I found only really 4 guys who are really on a serious shot of making the depth chart of linebacker. You got Mark Preto, redshirt junior. He didn't get any stats last season. He came in from Fordham. You got Danny Cronin, the redshirt senior transfer from Dartmouth, who did put some numbers in, and the two guys who were holdovers who did put up stats. Jake Gassaway, the redshirt junior, 25 tackles and a sack, and Quinn Erweiler, the redshirt senior, 32 tackles and a pass deflection. So, excuse me, front seven actually doesn't look that bad. This is going to be a team where it's going to be the defense is going to be making plays to give the offense a chance. Secondary, in front of you, 5, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11 guys. I think I got a legit shot at possibly getting the rotation here. Transfers galore. Again, let's get to the guys who really didn't do anything last season. Malik Armstrong, the redshirt junior. Cyrus McGarrell, the redshirt senior. Another one did measurable stats, but this is McGarrell's last shot. See if he gets something happening there. Ty Miles, redshirt senior. He also had no stats last season. We have that Trey Porter Jr., another redshirt junior. I think no stats last season. We got transfers. Brody Wyndham, the junior from Saddleback Junior College. We've got Keyshawn Lyons, the junior transfer from McKendria. You got Miles Thompson, the redshirt sophomore from Texas Tech, who's coming in trying to make some plays. You got Jasper Beeler, the junior transfer from Saginaw Valley State, had balled out. And Dante Harrison, the senior transfer from Shepherd, who actually, FCS-wise, did pretty damn good. But I look at it, and I look at it this way. And if you look at the numbers here and the talent, there's a lot more proven talent. There's still a lot of FCS guys coming up. But secondary, I think, like I said, the defense, I think, might be the strength of this team this year. We'll see how that translates. Now, let's get into the schedule, shall we? This is preview. We did that. Now it's in the predictions. 12-game schedule. As in the last of the year, the Maction action is going to be happening in their last 4 games of the season, 3 of the last 4 anyway. So they start off the season against Holy Cross. First ever meeting between Holy Cross and Northern Illinois. I don't think it's going to matter. I'm giving Northern Illinois the win on that one. Then they go on the road at Maryland. Maryland played Florida Atlantic FAU at home the previous week. Last time they played, they actually did play this before. That was in 2004. Maryland won 23-20 at Maryland. Yeah, Maryland barely beat NIU 20 years ago. Well, they're at Maryland now. Talent gap's a lot bigger. I'm picking Maryland to win the game. Sorry, NIU, you're losing it. Then you get a bye. You come out of the bye and you go on the road at Mississippi State. Couldn't you just done the 2 murder games in first and then done the bye week so at least you had time to recover? No. Spaced in between at Mississippi State. This is the first ever meeting between Mississippi State and NIU. Mississippi State played Alcorn State the previous week, and NIU had a bye, and Mississippi State almost had the equivalent of a bye. I know you got to buy NIU, but you're on the road. It's Mississippi State. It's the SEC, and you're losing. So you're starting off 1-2. Then you come at home game against San Diego State, week 5 of the season. I'm not sure about that. San Diego State played Cal at home the week before. You were on the road at Mississippi State. Last meeting between these schools was in 2017 with San Diego State won 34-28 in San Diego. I've done a peek at San Diego State's roster based upon the games here. I think because of travel and whatnot, I think they're going to get caught. I'm picking NIU to beat San Diego State, but this will be a dogfight. This could be there's 2 games on this schedule I really honestly believe that could go either way. Next, you having a game at home against Miami of Ohio. At home, your homecoming game. Awfully early, but your homecoming game against Miami of Ohio. Miami of Ohio had somewhat of a bye week. They played Lindenwood at home the week before. Last time you played them was last season, and Miami won 20-9 at Miami of Ohio. Miami of Ohio's defense is good. But your defense is good. Their defense is good. Quarterback, you don't know who you have. They have somebody. Former Toledo and Baylor quarterback DeQuan Finn will be under center for Miami. And the way he makes plays, it's going to be too much for you. I'm picking Miami of Ohio to win that game. Then you go on the road at Eastern Michigan. Eastern Michigan played Buff on the road at Buffalo the week before. You played them 2 years ago, 2023, and NIU won 20-13 on the road at Eastern Michigan. You're on the road at Eastern Michigan again. This is going to be a nip and tuck game, but they have roster issues perhaps a little bit worse than you do, so I'm going to give you the win against Eastern Michigan. Then you're on the road again at Ohio, the Bobcats, the defending MAC champs. Ohio had a bye week the week before. You play Eastern Michigan, so you played a game and you got to go on the road. Last time these two played was in 2023. NIU actually won 23-13. So Ohio's looking for revenge. They're the better team. They have a lot more talent than you do, and they've had a bye week. Yeah, you're losing NIU to Ohio. Then you come out of the bye out of the game against Ohio, and then you're playing against Ball State at home. Ball State played Akron at home the week before. You played on the road at Ohio. Now you're at home. Last time you played at Ball State was last year. You beat them 25-23 at Ball State. You were on the road. Now you're at home to play them. And I think Ball State's got a little bit worse roster problems than you do. I'm picking you to beat Ball State. See, basically, you look at these games. The games that you have a roster advantage, you're going to do well on. The ones that you don't, you're just not. Then you get your second bye week, and then starts the MACtion games. 3 consecutive. You're on the road at Toledo on a Wednesday. Toledo and NIU both had bye weeks the week before. So neither one of them has an excuse about this. But then again, this is the starting from regular season to Wednesday games. So you're going to give them that week anyway when everybody transitions in. Last meeting was last year when Toledo won 13-6 in DeKalb. Now you're on the road at Toledo. They got better personnel. You're losing to Toledo. Then you're on the road at UMass again on Wednesday the following week. UMass played Akron the previous week. You're on the road, and you played Toledo the previous week. Last year, NIU won 34-20 at you're traveling to UMass. You've been a little bit beat up. You had the bye. This is the game. I had 2 games that I was doing, the San Diego State game and this one at UMass, because of what UMass has there. But the problem is their personnel, the longer this goes, I'm more worried, even though they're at home and they have a lot of advantages and you played a tougher opponent, I'm more confident in your bench than I am in UMass's. So, even though you're on the road, I'm picking you to beat UMass. This is one of the 2 games. I have you winning both of the close games, but this could be coin flip on either one. Then you finish your final MACtion game at home on a Tuesday against Western Michigan. Western Michigan played Ohio the week before at home. So they were at home. Now they go on the road to face you. That Ohio-Western Michigan game should be pretty damn good. Last time you played was last year, and NIU won 42-28 on the road. Now you've got them at home, but this isn't the same team. And I have a little more confidence in Western Michigan in this situation than NIU. I'm picking you to lose to Western Michigan. So now, do the wins here. 1, 2, 3, 4. You only got 5 wins. You need 1 more win to get bowl eligible. Who the hell could you play that could help you get bowl eligible? Your final game of the year is at home against Kent State. Talk about a gift wrap. Kent State plays Central Michigan at home the week before. Central Michigan is an underrated team. They're going to be doing something here. Last time you played was in 2023 when NIU won 37-27 on the road at Kent State last year. This year at home, I feel so bad for Kent State fans because they can't catch a break. And they're not catching a break on this one. I'm picking NIU to win. So that means I have NIU going 6-6, bowl eligible. A step back, obviously, from last year. 4-4 in conference. They're not battling for anything. But I think like they have, they got some, I mean, the games they have no chance of winning. Maryland, Mississippi State, Miami of Ohio, Toledo. They're not winning those. So the best they could possibly be is 7-5. At worst, it possibly could be 4-8. But I think they'll be 6-6. I think that's what they're going to be. So, but I've done enough yapping right now. Why don't you let me know what you think about all of this down in the comments? So thanks everybody for watching the video. If you haven't done it already, do me the favor. Smash the like button, hit the thumbs up. It helps with the algorithm, helps the video be seen by more people. Comment on the video. Tell me what you think. I'm going to run through the schedule again right now without the commentary. Starts off at home against Holy Cross, on the road at Maryland, then a bye week, at Mississippi State, home against San Diego State, home against Miami of Ohio, at Eastern Michigan, at Ohio, home against Ball State. Because that's the one thing I forgot on there. The Eastern Michigan game technically could be a trap game, but I don't see NIU looking forward to Ohio. They're going to be looking forward to the next game because they got to win every single one. They can't afford to look forward. That's why I didn't really consider it a trap game, but I digress. So I know somebody's probably going to bring it up. Home, at Eastern Michigan, at Ohio, home against Ball State. Then they get the bye week and start the 3 action games at Toledo, at UMass, home against Western Michigan, and finish the season at home against Kent State. So you need to tell me, what do you think about all this down in the comments? Share the video if you want to, and if you haven't done it already, check out some of the other videos I've done. If you like them, hey, subscribe to the channel. You know, on the road to 1K, trying to make some magic happen, trying to get there to get some things happening. If you like this video and you like this video, check out some other ones I've done. And if you like them, hey, subscribe, please. If you want to follow me on X, the link will be in the description. So, again, thanks everybody for watching. Not more date on this one than I expected. Tomorrow, it's Sunday. It's subscriber roll call tomorrow. And Monday through Friday, nothing but prediction videos. On Sunday, I'm going to post a list of what schools go up. BYU was up on the deck, but because of the Jake Bretzloff situation, until that's resolved, I'm not going to do their prediction video until we know who the hell the starting quarterback's going to be. Because if Jake's not going to be there, it's one hell of a competition with no time to prepare. BYU winning 10 games again would not look that good. So anyway, I've done enough yapping. Thanks everybody for watching. Have a great weekend. Great Saturday. I guess, yeah, Saturday when this recorded. Be safe and please be good to each other.